Hey, I want to invite you guys, if you've been listening to this podcast and enjoying this content and are passionate about protection, you should know that we have an entire library of all of the Protector Symposiums that we've ever done, hosted at protectornation.com. You can go there and you can download those and you can watch every Protector Symposium we've had to date there online, and you can learn protection tactics from some of the most elite trainers in the world from the comfort of your own home. I think you'll be surprised about how much content we actually have there. It's very, very, very reasonably priced, and you can upgrade your protection skills. Remember, protection is not all about the hard skills. 90% of it is all about the software, the programming, the way you see and move in the world to achieve a safer pattern of life. With that having been said, go to protectornation.com, join us there, and learn from the best of the best. Now, enjoy the show. Boom, hello, and welcome to the Protector Nation podcast, a podcast that is dedicated to making the world a better place, making the world a safer place by making good people dangerous. In this podcast, we're going to study and understand what it takes to protect your family, to protect your loved ones, because we all know that you have a few basic needs: food, water, and shelter, but you also have the need to protect those things in a world and society where evil runs rampant and is sometimes left unchecked. Learning how to protect yourselves and your loved ones is becoming more and more important. And so we strive to raise the level of accountability to those who would do evil on this planet by making sure that the sheep, that the flock, is more well-versed in protecting themselves and their loved ones. If that sounds interesting to you, then sit back and enjoy the show. Out. Boom! What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Protector Nation podcast. I'm going to put this on EPL as well because this has everything to do with all of us. I've got an honored guest, someone who's been with me since the beginning. He's kind of been the ghost in the machine, helping me build this thing out digitally. And a lot of you guys who are part of the league are already acquainted with him. Mike Walker, it's an honor to have you, my man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to be here. Hey, everybody. Excited. And we've got some good stuff to share with you today. So yeah, stoked to be here, Byron.
Yeah, man. No, it's an honor. So just a little bit of backstory. So Mike and I connected like at the beginning of training day, the beginning of all of it. He saw the stuff I was doing, believed in me, and then said, hey, how are you making this into a business? Like, how can I amplify your message so you can serve more people? And we can really, really bring your message to the world. You know, how can we monetize this, right? Money is the fuel that makes it so we can actually have an impact. And he changed my life, and then positioned us as a brand to change the lives of a lot of agents. So
a lot of people.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, man. I mean, that was the whole thing. So yeah, my background just is kind of, as a synopsis, is really just over 24 years in the business development space. So as a business owner, a founder, entrepreneur, DNA through and through, my whole passion is helping subject matter experts monetize and magnify their message. And obviously, Byron, everybody who's going to be watching this already knows your message gets out there by large volume. Like, by no stretch is it to say that you are a machine when it comes to content. And so what I find, though, is that a lot of entrepreneurs, as they have these strong messages, that doesn't necessarily directly correlate into the world of business. And how do you monetize that? Like you said, monetization, is not a negative term. That just means that it's the lifeblood of a business. It's what allows us to run. And it's what allows us to reach more people. And I know that's something that we're going to talk about too, is kind of how are we going to be reaching even more people as we go into the coming year. So it's going to be good to go over what we're sharing today for sure.
So what we're getting into today, which I'm totally stoked about, is the first platform for protectors under the Protector Nation. This is the place where we are assembling all the protectors of the world, the protection demographic. We can now come together, we can network, we can post, you can build your profile, you can get to know who's in your area, all that stuff. I think this is really important as we move into more uncertain times in the world, as there's different black swan events and pandemics and all kinds of things taking place. It's ridiculously important for us to be acquainted with one another, and for us to also continue learning and training together, because protectors are the white blood cells of in the body of humanity. Like we're the people that we're going to have to depend on when the time comes, and also in everyday life, right? So I talk about being a protector. It's not about hard skills. It's not about soft skills necessarily. It's about having both. Your pattern of life is what keeps you safe on a daily basis, right? That's what this platform is designed to help you get those tools. And it's also designed to help you get the tools to get the physical training as well. But now we have one place where we can all come. We can get to know who each other are. We can get the ongoing education, right? So I drop 1 to 2 videos a day, right? Like he was saying, I'm a monster when it comes to free content, but I want to make sure that content's getting to you. If you're on my mailing list, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If you're on my social media platforms, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We run into shadow bans and strikes and all these different things with various pieces of content that I literally can't share with you guys, or that you never see because of the algorithms of the other platforms. And so that's a lot of the value you guys are going to get here is a lot of free content on how to become protectors. And so we're going to show you how that platform works. It's free. The first level is free. Get in there and start benefiting from that. And then there's a second level that does have a little bit of a paid option, and that's for people who believe in the mission of what we're doing at Protector Nation, people that want to help contribute to that, right? It costs money to generate all these videos for you guys on an ongoing basis. It costs money to put together these in-person trainings. It costs money to do all these different things. And so those guys and gals that really believe in what we're doing, they upgrade to the second level and they support and they have more access to me. And we have an ongoing conversation up there, and I'm coming up with products to serve them as we move into this next new year. So there's a lot here, and it's really just another amazing way for us to serve you and strengthen the protection demographic.
100%. No, 100%. I mean, one of the things that I brought, just for everyone's, clarity here is the fact that, like Byron mentioned, social media is awesome. It allows us to communicate, allows us to create communities and reach out and connect and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's important to understand that the information that you see across your phone, across your screens is delivered by an algorithm. And that algorithm, I'm not saying is the end all evil or anything like that. I know that can have algorithm has almost a negative connotation in a lot of circles, which is understandable. But what happens, the real challenge that algorithms present is that it creates an echo chamber. So as you begin to watch certain things, the algorithm goes, you like that, so therefore let me serve more of it to you. So you kind of get directed into this long rabbit hole or trail of this type of information, which in and of itself is not bad or wrong or anything like that. But the problem is that it limits your ability to pick up new content and new things. Naturally, a lot of the topics and content that Byron puts out is about protection, about physical altercations, violence, some of the more unfortunate realities of being in the space that we are now as a civilization. And so therefore, the algorithm can pick that up. Like you said, shadow ban them, block them. I mean, the reality is he can be putting out a lot of amazing content, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to actually see it. And so one of the things I wanted to do in 2023 was help Byron's message get to more people that want it and be insulated from the realities that we face in the social media space, meaning literally with a flip of a switch, Facebook can say, we don't like you anymore, and poof, you're gone. And we really have no recourse. I mean, I've been in the marketing space for many, many years, and can tell you, I could bore you with the amount of stories about trying to help clients get their content back, their channels back, all this good stuff, right? I won't do that here, but I will say that the reason why we're going to be presenting you today with this new platform is the fact that we own it. We literally are able to gate who comes in, who stays in, and all that good stuff. And that just means that we have more ability to deliver value to you as community members without the worry that what happens if we put this video up because it's a sensitive subject? Are they even going to see it, for one? Is our channel going to get blocked for two? So what we have here to share with you today is really, really powerful. And the platform's phenomenal. If you're already used to or aware of, Facebook as a community, Facebook groups in particular, it's very simple to use. It's the structure, the format, the flow of content is basically the same thing. You set up a profile like Byron already mentioned. You're able to communicate with other members in the community. We're going to have featured guests. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we're going to show you here in a minute, so I won't go too into the details of that. But it's just exciting, and it comes with purpose, like Byron mentioned. The fact is that he has an amazing message to share, but we're trying to put it into an environment that people can actually access it on demand. And now you, if you're viewing this video, have the opportunity to do that. Like he said, it's free. There are paid components for those that want to dive in even deeper than that. But this is for protectors. Anybody who has that shared DNA of a protector that wants to make the world a better place, then that's what if that's you, then you're in the right place. And we have a platform for you that's Byron's hosting now, which is just super awesome. I'm excited to share it with you.
Heck yeah, super dope. All right, without any further ado, buckle up, y'all. We're about to go into the actual platform. Mike's going to hit us with a screen share. We're going to walk you through the features and all the good stuff, the benefits. This thing hasn't been active for very long, so you got to bear with us. There aren't a lot of users yet, but we're growing fast, man. So it's an honor.
It is. It really is. So this platform is called Circle. So Circle is a social platform that allows content creators like us to host our content, host our communities, but again, in an environment that we actually own. We have the ability to control who's in it, who's even allowed to access all the content and all that good stuff. So what I'll basically do is kind of give you just a high level overview. Again, if you're already familiar with how Facebook groups work, this is going to feel very, normal. They have a mobile app as well. So Circle has a downloadable app for both Android and iPhones. So you can download the mobile app. But I also suggest people just use it as a desktop or through Google Chrome, because of the fact that their courses part, which I'll show you here in a minute, is only available through that. These courses aren't yet available in the mobile app version. So that's a little detail I'll share with you. I'll give you some clarity on what that looks like. But as you come in, we have a public community here on the left of my screen. You'll see here, and just toggle it down, public community. So this is a public newsfeed, meaning that this is free. Anybody can access this, join the group, join the community. And again, it's just a social feed, both from Byron, myself, and others in the community, uploading content of value. Now, naturally, we are, we have admins, both known and unknown, that keep an eye on the type of content that's being put in here by others. So naturally, if we have to filter people out, I hope that's not the case, but inevitably sometime down the road, there will be probably instances where someone's going to have to get booted out because they're spamming the group or whatever. But other than that, the beauty of this space is, again, we own it and we can control who's in it. And therefore, you can rest assured that when you log into our community, you can expect only high quality content on topics that you genuinely care about. And you're not going to get bombarded by other messages or other notifications because you're on some other social channel, right? So
real quick, Mike.
Yeah.
So as you guys can see, it looks like it's all my content there now. The other users, can they post on that wall that we're looking at right now?
Absolutely. So you'll see here right at the top, it says start post. So if I just click here, I can now enter in my own post, so I could just, post this and write whatever I want. You can put your text here. You can add video content. So you could drag and drop MP4 video files there if you want. You can upload images, JPEG, pings or GIFs there if you want. You can add all your little emojis to the text, whatever you want to do there.
That emoji game's strong, man.
Yeah. Gotta love the emojis. But yeah, it's pretty incredible what you can do. You can even attach documents here as well. So there's a lot of whatever you want to pull from, you can, and it will just post here, and you just can publish the post. You can even schedule the post to drop later if you want, or save it as a draft. So it's a very comprehensive, content creation system built inside of the platform.
Outstanding. So this is the public wall. This is where everyone can kind of hang out and post their stuff and make sure they're receiving everything that we're putting out as a brand.
Exactly. And when they come in, I think it's important to note here too, this post here, Welcome to Protector Nation, is pinned to the top. So what we want is everybody to really check this out, read through it, so they understand what they can expect to, receive here in the community. you can naturally, come down here to the comments, drop a comment, tag people, say hello, all that good stuff. Just like any other social platform, you have the ability to comment and like and post and share and all that good stuff.
Nice. And then if someone's coming to the platform for the first time and they don't have a profile, like what are they able to see? Like, will it direct them straight to make a profile, or are they able to see the content and then they have to make a profile if they want to post, or how does that work?
That's a great question. Yeah. So they will need to create a profile, which is simply just your name and email. You can even decide whether or not you want to add an image. You can see here, Javier, for example, just has his initials. That just simply means that he didn't upload an image, but the other people here have. So you really do have full control. You can, you also have a lot of control as to what information is shown in the membership area. So whether you want your image or not shown, whether you want your comments shown, things like that. Right. So you do have the ability to really control your privacy settings. Another awesome benefit of the platform is that you have much more control over it than you normally would in, say, a Facebook scenario.
Nice.
In terms of notifications, if someone does mention you or tag you in a post or say hi or respond to something that you've posted, you'll get that in your notifications up here. So you'll just see, the different notifications, what people have said. You'll also have the ability to direct message people. So you got a question or whatnot, you can always reach out. I wouldn't say that direct messaging would be the best way to maybe get account related questions done. I would say that would be a better, send us an email type scenario. But again, if you want to communicate directly with other members in the community, you absolutely can, and control who can message you and how you want to control that. It's all there for you.
Nice. And any questions, direct them. Is that the Byron Rodgers marketing at Gmail email?
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be the best way. In fact, there is a FAQ section here, which will over time be adding things to. So here you can say configuring notification settings. So for example, when people post, you can choose, well, do I want to get an email or notification in my mobile app? You really do have full control. So I go over those settings here in this post, so you can check that out. I'll also be continuing to add more things. As we get questions, we basically just address them here so that the FAQ becomes kind of a knowledge base for everybody using the community. Right. There's also a couple, so this is the group, right? We have the public community. That is a group there. Within that group, we have the public newsfeed, which is what we're looking at. We also have an ongoing feed of the Protector Nation podcasts. So this will be an ongoing, library of podcasts being added to. I'm barely, not even close to being caught up yet on the content upload. There's a lot of them, but they'll be here for you too. And that's really what we want for Circle to be, is kind of a centralized hub of content for the Protector Nation. So this will be a kind of a one-stop shop for you. And then lastly, we have just a, message from Byron. He'll drop different, comments, and this will be Byron's way of connecting directly to the community in a way that maybe it won't get lost as much as if it was just dropped into the primary news feed. So that's basically it for the public community section.
Nice. And I like that it is simple. There's not a lot of bells and whistles for us to get lost in. Like, I'm sure none of us really even know all the things our cell phones can do. But this is just like straightforward. This is where we connect. This is where we have our communication, our conversation. This is where we feed each other good information. And this is where our community is.
100%. Yeah. And we really do, the value of the community isn't just in the content that we're producing and uploading. The value of the community really stems from the cumulative,
users on the community,
the users, right? The network, the power, the knowledge that everybody else is bringing. So I know in the Protector Nation, having been involved now for a few years, there's some phenomenal people in, Byron's network. And so to have these subject matter experts and these specialists in their respective fields being able to drop knowledge in here is just an awesome value add for everybody. And that's really what we want this to become, is a kind of a mind hive, if you will, of subject matter experts, of protectors, because that's just going to lift the entire, tide up for everybody. So it's going to be an awesome space as it continues to develop.
Yeah. And just to be clear, you guys, when we say protectors on this platform, we're meaning any and everyone who has that protection DNA. This is moms, dads, professional protectors, first responders, military, any human being that's interested in protection. This is not just executive protection. This is anyone who wants to be a protector, grow up to be a protector, learn how to become a protector. Anyone who's interested in this stuff, this platform is for all of us.
100%.
Would you mind clicking it on one of the profiles that's a little more built out, just so we can see what that looks like?
Okay. Yeah. So if I click on anybody's name, it'll pop open their profile here on the right. Again, you can message them directly. You can copy the link to their profile if you wanted to. It will tell you whatever information they've listed here, right? So this could be as exhaustive or as minimal as you choose. It also shows you how many posts they've dropped or have commented on, et cetera. So the spaces is simply referring to the number of groups, or what the circle calls spaces, that they are a member to. So again, yeah, your profile can be built out as little or as much as you want. And so again, yeah, that would be the public community. Now, the other component is the members only content. So this, you will, as a free member, you would naturally be able to see this, but you wouldn't be able to access it without paying the monthly subscription, which is, in my opinion, too cheap. But Byron's a nice guy, and he's going to do it for what he's going to do it for. So I'll leave it at that.
Right,
but it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's important. I mean, it needs to be available. So I think it's great.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing. But here you'll see inside of the private forum, this is where you're going to see even more probably in-depth content. Brian, maybe I'll let you speak to that, like what your vision is for the private forum.
Yeah, right now we're actually in the process of sending out a questionnaire to all of you to find out exactly what you guys want to learn about. Obviously, I have my goals and my targets for what I believe the public needs to know, especially going into 2023. But I'm putting out surveys now. You'll see them in the mailing list. You might see them on social media in the link tree. And I'm going to be understanding from you guys what you guys think is most relevant, want to learn about, and then we're going to start dropping episodes on that, pieces of knowledge on that, guest speakers on those things, and that's what's going to be kind of the ongoing conversation, and putting together physical trainings on those topics. So if it's, hey, how do I put together a 72-hour bag? How do I survive? If it's, hey, how do I deal with social unrest in my neighborhood, medical, driving, unboxing my firearm, taking my firearm skills to the next level, all those types of things are what we're going to really attack this next year and start dropping exclusive content on that, found only on Protector Nation at that level. And the other thing too, I don't want this to be just like I was saying earlier, a consumer driven thing. The mission of the Protector Nation is to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more willing, capable, prepared, and yes, dangerous. So this is really one of the drivers that's going to help us do more as a brand. That's going to help us have more live events this year. That's going to help us have better protector symposiums. That's going to make it so I can produce better and better and better content. So this is kind of like your guys' efforts. And what is it like? It's like less than $10 or something a month. That's going to help me continue pushing this brand forward and helping us be powerful at really getting the message out in the world, and then turning people into protectors, so that next time there is a human threat or active human killer scenario, it can be handled, without body counts in the double digits and all those different things.
Agreed. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, and that's what we were saying is this just becoming a centralized hub of information, resources, knowledge, all that good stuff. It's really going to be awesome. A third and last component of all that is the digital training library. So for a lot of you guys, you would have already, purchased or even attended live these different protector symposiums that we have. These symposiums are currently in our Protector Nation training portal, but we're migrating the content over into Circle as well. So again, trying to bring everything together so that you literally only have to go to one place and have all the information. So these courses, you just simply launch them, and you can see here the different modules, right? And you can play through the video. There's different uploads. You can click through, watch the videos there. part 1, part 2, panel discussion. It's all here for you. And these, of course, are for purchase. So you're welcome to, access those. If you already have access, I will say this, if you've already purchased access to any of these symposiums, just simply reach out to me and I can make sure that we unlock them for you here in Circle 2. So if you've already purchased them inside our, the original training portal, just let me know and I can absolutely help you unlock them here inside of Protector Nation as well.
Yeah. Awesome. And the thing is, obviously the platform's new, so we're still getting people on board. But the Protector Symposium, just in case you aren't aware of what that is, that's a weekend where I essentially bring anywhere from 5 to 7 of the world's top tactical trainers in the world to one place, and you get a multidisciplinary weekend of training. So we have probably about 24 instructors in that library teaching you on everything from behavioral profiling and analysis to driving, tactical driving, CCW operations, protecting your home, multiple hand-to-hand techniques, bladed techniques, firearms techniques, CQB, you name it, it's in that library, and it's being taught to you from some of the best in the world, Delta Force SEALs, civilians that are really dangerous that you don't know about, lots of stuff like that. So the value in those, it will blow you away because it's just the people driving the content and the lessons, and there's so much value in there. You guys can see the names: Ed Calderon, Jared Reston, Tony Blauer's in there, Mike Panone's in there, Tony Sentmanot's in there. There's just the list goes on and on. So there's a lot of value there. And it's an honor to be able to work with these juggernauts and legends in the industry to bring you guys the value you need in order to be more formidable as protectors. There's a lot in there for you guys to check out and get lost in. And that library is a lot bigger than it looks. It's really a high quality education. Tom Kyer, is in there. There's so much stuff in there. So yeah, man, take advantage of those when you get on there for sure. And I believe 5.0 is coming soon to this platform as well.
It is, yeah. In fact, I've already downloaded all the content, so now it's just a matter of uploading it. So, just for added context here, I mean, you're talking about a 2-hour presentation from Tony Blauer. I know for a fact that a lot of his attendees at these types of events, like what he was speaking on here at PS4, he charges like $1,000 per ticket. So, I mean, and he's just one of the presenters inside of PS4, and you get all of it for literally like, I don't know, less than $100 or something. I mean, it's crazy. So it's a really good value for being able to extract some of the, out of the minds of some of the best in the world, literally. So it's awesome. The last piece here is just the links at the bottom. You can go, directly to our Protector Nation Facebook page. So you have access to that as well. And then of course we have the Protector Nation online store. This is where we have merch. You can, of course, access any courses you want there as well, but we have all the goods. So, and this is always getting added to. There's a catalog of products, and you can just dive in and shop and do your thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So this is the digital home for protectors. This is where we're assembling, where we're interacting, where we're sharing, networking. All of it's happening right here at Protector Nation. And we're going to continue building this out with more and more functionality as we get down range, more and more content. And we hope you'll join us. And we look forward to linking up with you here, communicating with you here, and then also seeing you at our upcoming live events. If you guys see that survey, fill it out. By the time this drops, I'll probably attach it maybe even to this. Because we want to hear from you guys about what you want to learn about as we get downrange, with this next year. We want to make sure we have the content that's relevant to what you're looking for. But the Protector Nation's moving forward, man. It was awesome taking it from a dream to where we are now. It's been an amazing ride.
It really has. Yeah, no, it's such a cool thing to see. And what I like about it too is that it's not just the Byron show. I mean, he's literally, Byron's pulling in the knowledge and the expertise of so many, dozens upon dozens of world's best experts everywhere. So from a cost, from a time perspective, all of that, I don't know of a better place to go to get this caliber of information at the cost that you can. And just the simplicity. I mean, literally this platform is a perfect example of that. Literally with one platform, you can access a tight-knit community of protectors and then dive into any course content that's relevant for you and your lifestyle and what you're looking to, achieve for you and your family and your career, et cetera. So it's really awesome. It's just getting started. It's going to be a really cool thing to watch this, evolve over the next coming years.
100%. ProtectorNation.com, y'all. Join us. It's going to be good. Mike, man, thanks so much for your time, your attention, your hard work over the course of these years, man. I really appreciate you, brother. It's an honor.
My pleasure. Likewise.
Heck yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you there. Boom. Yo, ladies and gents. Little cheat code. The latest and greatest. Don't hate us because you ain't are not us. Anyways, check it out. My CAAMCK is a great tool to make any weapon that you have sitting in your safe into much more formidable tool, right? Multiple points of contact, throw a right-on optic on the top. You got a little light there. You got thumb rests. You can adjust them to fit your. So if you haven't seen them, check out CAAMCK. Take those pistols you have in your safe to the next level. Boom. Yo, what up? I hope you guys really enjoyed that episode. Hey, listen, in order to get more out of the brand, I want to encourage you to go join us on our social media platforms and join us at protectornation.com. We post different types of content on our different platforms at different times. You'll get blog posts, you'll get videos, you'll get real world combat engagements and things like that. So stay plugged in order to get the most out of the brand. In order to support us, also go to protectornation.com and buy something or join forces with me on Patreon. You'll scroll down the homepage and you'll see the link. Anything you can give counts. Think about whatever you would lose in your cushions or like spend on McDonald's this month, $5 a month, whatever it is. That helps us make the world a better place by making good people dangerous. Anyways, this is Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade, and I'll see you on the next piece of content, whether it's a video or podcast. Out.